Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Watkins Glen International Raceway as we get ready to cap off what's been an exciting road course weekend. We're here today for the running of the Cheez-It 355, our second chase race here in the Snickers Cup Series in Season 7. After what was a rather interesting race last week at Atlanta during our first chase race, it's now time for drivers that are doing well to try and keep doing well, or drivers that didn't do so well last week to try and rebound here today. But the big storyline that's been running so far this week is that chasers have had a lot of difficulty here at this track this weekend. Only 3 chasers finished inside the top 10 in the Truck Series race, and again, only 2 chasers ended up finishing in the top 10 in the Mobile One Cup Series event. A number of chasers have been involved in incidents here in both the Trucks and Mobile One Cup Series events that have taken place previously this weekend, and a lot of questions are these drivers here going to have the same problem, these chasers, in this season's Snickers Cup Series chase for the championship hunt? That's the big question. We're about to find out the answer at the end of 17 laps here today. A little bit longer race than we had in the Trucks and Mobile. 4 extra laps added on, which may come into play in the fact that every single one of these drivers may have to make a pit stop at some point or another, as we saw several drivers in both Trucks and Mobile able to stretch it the full 13 laps. Others having to come down and pit at some point during the event. As on point here today will be Cody Lamas in the 15. He'll line up alongside of Nick Barney. Neither of these drivers have gone to victory lane yet this season. Cody Lamas is currently running 30th in points. Nick Barney is currently running 28th in points. Both those drivers missed out on the chase, and both of them trying to find victory lane here this season. It takes us a while before we actually find a chaser. Highest starting chaser today is going to be Charles Sanford. In the 55, he'll start off from the 6th position, and if I recall correctly, I believe Charles actually had a good run here in the Mobile Cup Series race yesterday, so good qualifying spot, could have Sanford back up in the hunt. Sanford ended up finishing fairly well last week, and he comes in 5th in the standings, actually tied for 5th, with John Cittadino only 11 points out of the top position. Finding the rest of our chasers, Chris Washer, he'll start from 8th, John Cittadino will start in 9th, Anthony McCurry will be 12th. Bob Jones is going to be 15th. Jacob Lawler 16th and 17th. Noah Hart. Then you got Sean Henley and Andrea Erickson back in row 10 in 19th and 20th. Joshua Collard and Harrison Langford, a couple of teammates. They're starting near each other in 22nd and 23rd place. Looking further down the list, you got, where's the rest of our chasers here? There should be a few others. Oh, yeah, there's only one more. Or 2 more. 3 more. Danny Wells and Dylan Poteet in 24th and 25th. And then the furthest starting back chaser, surprise, surprise, the guy who comes in as the current chase points leader, Ian Dutta, starting all the way back from the 40th position. But we've seen that drivers that start in the final row have been able to work their way up inside the top 25, but in 13 laps they weren't able to work their way much further. That extra 4 laps could come into play here today. Some pit strategy could happen. But it's time to get these cars rolling off to complete a pace lap, and while they do that, we'll show you on the top of your screen your starting lineup for today's race. Now let's lay it out for you as far as what the points look like coming into this race as far as the chase for the championship. Ian Dutta, after a great run last week at Atlanta, he comes in with an 8-point advantage over his future teammate Chris Washer, 9 points over Harrison Langford, 10 points over Sean Henley, and 11 points over Charles Sanford and John Cittadino. Then Joshua Collard, he is 7th in the point standings. He is 17 points out. Andrea Erickson is 21 points out as she's 8th in the standings. Anthony McCurry is 9th in points. He is 24 points back. And Danny Wells is 25 points back in 10th in the point standings. Noah Hart, he's 11th in points. He's a total of 29 points out. Dylan Poteet is 35 points out in 12th. Jacob Lawler, he is a total of 36 points out in 13th. And Bob Jones, who had tough luck last week, he's 14th, dead last in the chase points, and he's a total of 38 points out of the top position. One thing we noticed in the Trucks and Mobile Cup Series events, the drivers that did well, they were a remote few, but when they did well here at Watkins Glen, it opened the points up big time, almost 30 or so plus points over 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and all the way on down. Jacob Lawler did it in the Truck Series event. Cody Lamas and James Silverfox did it in the Mobile Cup Series event. Will we see the same thing happen today? Could one driver's good luck and everybody else's bad luck break the point standings wide open and end up setting us up for not really that close a chase championship battle. After the season finale is Enjolras. That's always a risk. Last time we were at a road course that I recall, it was Champs-Élysées. Joshua Collard and Harrison Langford, a couple of teammates, battled it out for the win there. Langford was able to take that victory. Will we see something similar like that here today? You never know, as we've got only, I believe, 3 chasers starting up inside the top 10. It seems to be a running tally here. Only 3 chasers every single event this weekend, I believe, have started inside the top 10. Everybody else has been outside the top 10 for the start of the races. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway here in the Cheez-It 355 at the Glen. 17 laps of racing. Maybe these drivers won't race each other quite as hard, knowing there's a few extra laps to be had here in this race, but then again, you never know if they're going to go maybe 3 wide for the lead. Silver Fox takes a peek on the inside, 3 wide. Nick Barney, though, is going to get around on the high side, move the 16 to the top position. That high side gets a good run off the first corner. We've seen it all weekend long, and Nick Barney's going to be able to clear Cody Lamas. Lamas will go back to second. Silver Fox to third, Sanford in fourth, and Chris Washer is now in the 5th position. You know, I'm actually looking back through the record book here this season, and Roush Fenway Racing has not been to victory lane yet this season. Neither Nick Barney nor William Duncan nor Levi McIntyre have been to victory lane yet. As we got a good tussle going on back there between our Truck Series winner Joshua Michaels and a chaser in Anthony McCrory. That is for, I believe, a spot inside the top 10. Ooh, they're getting racy back here. Dougie Shears, Michael's teammate, is back there. John Cittadino, another chaser, is there. Jake Cole, our winner from last week at Atlanta, he's up here in this pack as well. And I see Jessica Shelton there, and a chaser in Jacob Lawler as well. I think Sean Henley, another chaser, is right behind Lawler. It looks like they're finally going to settle that out. Moving back up here towards the front, Nick Barney has opened up a bit of gap between himself and Cody Lamas, but James Silverfox right there trying to close in on the number 15. 2 Kyotech Racing Audis made this chase with Anthony Curry and Noah Hart. James Silverfox, though, still trying to find victory lane here for the first time with the Kyotech Audi team. Ooh, he takes that turn a little wide there, but he's going to be able to make it through. Charles Sanford looked like he may have actually been trying to make a challenge there for the 3rd position, but no such luck yet as they remain single file. Chris Washer right behind him. Now, right now, with where everybody's running, Chris Washer is the guy that stands to gain the most because he's run up inside the top 5. And Ian Dutta, as we know, is running way near the rear of the field as the battle is on for 2nd place again. The caution flag's out. Caution's out for the first time here today. And Cody Lamas looks like he will keep 2nd. Silver Fox will be 3rd with Sanford and Chris Washer 4th and 5th behind Nick Barney. Caution's out. Let's see if anybody is on pit road. Doesn't look like it, so what did the yellow come out for? Now, Pichu London is way back here. So too is Levi McIntyre and Jake Rogers. You got to assume it was something to happen with those 3. But surprisingly enough, no chasers. Megan Atkins has got a bit of damage on her machine on the left side of the Starbucks Chevrolet. Oh, rear end damage as well. Everybody else here appears to be okay. Here's Ian Dutta, started this race 40th. He picked up 4 spots during that run. He's up to 36. Wait, is there damage on Drew Austin? I thought I might have just seen some damage on the 9. I don't know for certain. Let's go to the front of Mary Cole's machine, see if we can find out. No, doesn't really look like it. So it may have actually, I don't know if it may have actually just been Megan Atkins that maybe brought out this yellow. And all these other drivers had to slow up to avoid it, and that's why they ended up being so far back. But Nick Barney is our leader under the caution flag. First yellow of the day. Let's take a look and see what exactly happened to bring out this yellow flag. And here's a look at what happened. Megan Atkins side by side with Daniel Day. The 2 of them had actually been rubbing doors a lap earlier. Daniel does not appear to make any contact with Megan Atkins, though. Atkins apparently turned that wheel to the left a little too abruptly. Car gets wicked loose on her. She's going to spin it off of the racing surface out there into that little extra area, and I think she may end up... Oh, she just barely clips the tire barrier, and oh man, Drew Austin nearly got collected in that. And then she's going to back it into the tire barrier there. Man, we are lucky to get away with a single car incident there. That was a close call. Atkins able to turn around, drive it away. But that is what ended up bringing out the yellow flag. And an update on Pichu London, Levi McIntyre, and Jake Rogers. They actually came down and pitted under that green flag segment. So they're still on the tail and lead lap, but now they are completely off pit sequence. Pit strategy already starting to come into play here in this race. So getting ready to go back to green flag race, and nobody came down pit road as far as these leaders under that yellow flag. So everybody with the exception of Levi McIntyre, Jake Rogers, and Pichu London has not yet come to the attention of their crews here today. Nick Barney's the leader, Cody Lamas second, James Silverfox lines up third for the restart with Sanford in fourth, fifth Chris Washer, Richard Johnson right now is sixth, seventh place will be Kyle Matthews, James McLeod in eighth, Anthony McCurry now in ninth, and Joshua Michaels currently runs in 10th with Dougie Shears 11th, Citadino 12th, Jessica Shelton 13th, 14th is Jake Cole, and Jacob Lawler is up there in the top 15 as the green flag is back out. Single file restart. Looks like Megan Atkins is going to continue, so I believe everybody that took the green flag to start this race is taking this green flag on lap 5. That is indeed the case. Nick Barney has gotten away again. Now Silverfox once more hounding Cody Lamas. That time it nearly was catastrophic. And wait a minute, Silverfox has been spun. Oh, keep it up there, Silverfox. Oh boy, everybody trying to get by. Looks like they're going to. Caution flag is out though. James Silverfox got turned around by somebody. I think he made some contact with Cody Lamas, and then I think Sanford may have gotten into him. We'll be looking back at a replay though, as Nick Barney way out in front of Cody Lamas, who's got a huge gap then on his teammate, now third place car Charles Sanford. I don't think Silverfox is going to be too happy about that. He had a strong outie today. There's the yellow. And that's basically what happened. That's what brought us under that caution. James Silverfox is getting turned around. He was racing really aggressively there with Cody Lamas, and I don't know if maybe that messed up his racing line. We're going to have to see if that's the case. He may have come into Sanford's racing line trying to overcompensate for that move he had made on Cody Lamas. We'll find out though as we jump back, take a look at a replay of yet another caution here at the Glen. Right there is what I'm talking about. He came right up close against this 15 of Cody Lamas. Now watch him take the turn wide. Let's see if he comes into Sanford's racing line or if Sanford comes up into him. Oh, it wasn't Sanford's fault. It was Silverfox. He hit the wall. He got the guardrail there, and then he came down into Sanford. So Sanford did nothing wrong. He was just basically there and a victim of circumstances. It was Silverfox trying to race there with Cody Lamas, and it just messed up his line, and he ended up hitting that steel guardrail there. That bounced him off into the 55, and a great job by everybody here to be able to get by that 41. Had flashbacks there of Wolfgang Mason spinning around the bus stop yesterday, and a whole bunch of chasers just started piling in. Everybody here, though, does a great job of getting by his machine. And Silverfox didn't get a whole lot of damage out of that, so he may be able to continue, but obviously it's going to be a far cry from the third position where he restarted under this last green flag run. So we're under the caution here for the second time today. Let's head back now, see if the leaders may end up trying to make some pit stops here, as we're not even yet halfway in today's race. And again, the drivers that are leading this race decide not to come to pit road. Pit road has been very vacant here today, with the exception of a couple of teams giving service to their cars, but for the most part, these drivers not willing to give up the track position to come down and pit this early on. Nick Barney will be the leader. Cody Lamas second. Now he's got a teammate behind him in Sanford running third. Washer's fourth. Matthews is fifth. Richard Johnson now runs sixth with James McLeod in seventh. Anthony McCurry eighth. Ninth, Joshua Michaels. And how about a Team Red Bull performance today? Dougie Shears right there in 10th place as well, as both the Team Red Bull cars inside the top 10. Let's find the rest of our chasers. John Citadino, he's 11th. As we move further back, Jacob Lawler is in 14th. Sean Henley right behind him in 15th place. Andrea Erickson runs in 19th with Joshua Collar 20th. 21st, Harrison Langford. 22nd, Danny Wells. 23rd, Dylan Poteet. So they were all close together. As they're going to go back to green, I'm trying to find the rest of our chasers here. Camera angles aren't too helpful. Ian Dutta, he's currently running in the 35th position after starting this race from 40th. And Andrea Eriksson got turned there at the line. Troubles for the 42, cautions right back out again. Well, I thought the caution flag was going to wave, but these guys are racing it back to the line apparently. Side by side between the teammates of Michael Waltrip Racing. Charles Samper going to move by Cody Lamas for that position. Every spot counts here when you're battling for the championship, whether it's your teammate or not. And these drivers are racing it back to the stripe. These other guys here at the tail end of the field, they look like they're not really racing. I don't know. Caution flag came out when only about half the field had crossed the start-finish line. So maybe some of them saw the caution, some of them didn't, and it's kind of created some mixed signals. But Nick Barney, he is going to come down here to our third caution. And apparently our first chaser today has encountered problems. Rookie Andrea Eriksson. Yellow flag is out here. Nick Barney, Charles Samper, Cody Lamas, Chris Washer, and Kyle Matthews. That's the top 5. Yellow flag out here for the third time here today. As the field's going to come up here and be gathered up by the pace car. Let's look back and see what happened to the 42. Looking at it here from the helicopter view. And they were almost 3 wide coming down here to the green. Oh, wow. Eriksson's going to get into Charles Jackson. And then Joshua Collard has nowhere to go, and he gets completely blocked up behind the 42 machine. Oh, man, it's a wonder he didn't come up and collect Cole Daly and company there. Eriksson did not appear to really hit anything that hard, but she's going to lose valuable track position after she was up in the 19th position, just inside the top 20. And now Eriksson's got quite an uphill climb to overcome here today at the Glen. She took that turn really wide, and I don't even know if she maybe made contact with Jackson first, or if her car actually kind of squirreled out from underneath her. She may have spun the tires, and the thing started going around on her, and Collard just was caught behind a barrier there, courtesy of the 42 machine. But that's what brought us under the caution for the third time today. It's been a while since we've actually been under a little bit of a green flag run. Let's hope we can get under one now as we'll head back to green. Well, Nick Barney, Charles Samper, Cody Lamas, these drivers must love these yellow flags because it allows them to be able to go into fuel conservation mode. We know that drivers have been able to make it the full 13-lap event on 1 tank of fuel. We thought these extra 4 laps could play into something here, but right now these caution flags are kind of taking away from that effect. As we get ready to go back to green, top 10 as we go back to green, Nick Barney, Samper, Lamas, Washer, Matthews, then Johnson, McLeod, McCurry, Michaels, and Dougie Shears. Still no change really in the top 10 from when we went green last time. Here comes a battle. Richard Johnson stepping out of line. Trying to make the pass there for a spot inside the top 5. Trying to hustle that away from Kyle Matthews. Everybody's single file pretty much from here on back. Contact there between Matthews and Johnson. Whoa, rubbing doors, banging, beating on each other, and they're still keeping it together though. Both these drivers are not chasers. One's been to victory lane, one is not. Oh, Richard Johnson gets forced up to the high side. Keep it together, Richard. He does. Nice save there, but he's going to lose some valuable track position. Now McLeod's starting to go around him, and Anthony McCurry right there as well, ready to pounce. That cost Richard Johnson as he kind of overdrove that corner, racing hard there with Kyle Matthews. A couple other chasers back here having some pretty decent runs. John Cittadino, the Season 5 Snickers Cup Series champion, running very well right now. Remember, he got into this race by winning the final regular season race of the season at Kansas. Oh, and Jake Cole's coming to pit road along with Sean Henley, Kyle Corbett, Harrison Langford. Green flag pit stops taking place, and I was just about to actually talk about Sean Henley, another former champion from Season 4. And there's another chaser coming in. Noah Hart, Danny Wells, another chaser. There's 4 chasers right here in this pack that are coming to pit road. And this was about 5 laps to go. Gas and go, they're down and away, that's it. Oh boy, is it going to be that these drivers are going to have to make some pit stops here before this race is over. Nick Barney certainly hoping not. He's been dominating this thing, but It may come down to a money stop here on pit road as to who's going to win this race. It'll be interesting to see if anybody's going to pit this time. Nick Barney, we're going to watch here, see if he indicates he's coming to pit road or not. Doesn't look like it yet. Nope, he's not coming. I'm trying to see, are any of the leaders coming down? I do not see anybody coming to pit road. Nope, I don't see anyone coming to pit road. It's kind of hard to see pit road from this angle, so we won't even bother with that. Why don't we just jump to the tail end here, see if anybody did come. Nope, pit road vacant this lap. And if these drivers cannot, or do not have to pit, that could be trouble for chasers such as Noah Hart and Sean Henley, Danny Wells, Harrison Langford. They apparently short pitted, expecting that everybody is going to have to at some point pit here before the checkered flag waves. And I would agree with them if this thing stays clean and green to the end. You use up a lot more fuel that way than if you're running under yellow, and right now we don't have a yellow flag out, I don't believe. Is anybody going to come to pit this time? And again, it appears that pit road will be vacant. 4 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Nick Barney has put on a clinic here. He's got 2 teammates right behind him in Charles Sanford and Cody Lamas. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking here, 2 drivers inside the top 5 have not been to victory lane yet this year. And they're running first and third, Nick Barney and Cody Lamas. Sanford won the Daytona 500. Chris Washer has won 2 races this season. And Kyle Matthews won earlier on this season at the Milwaukee Mile. How about a shout out to James McLeod? Great run there for the Tweenix Racing Chevrolet. Our winner back at Pocono. And he's having an excellent run here today in that number 51 Monster Cat Star Fox Chevrolet. And really great run for him here. He's really actually been considered a road course racer for a number of seasons, and he's showing off his stuff here. Anthony McCurry, we know about his resume on road courses, and he's running really well here in the 8th position, and right behind him, fellow chaser and John Cittadino as well. Another driver I've seen that actually just worked his way up here, Bob Jones. He's in the 12th position right now, and remember, he comes in dead last in the point stands. Actually, just ahead of him, Jacob Lawler comes in 13th in the standings. Both these drivers had tough luck last week in Atlanta. They're up here inside the top 12 right now, looking for good runs. And not too far behind them, Dylan Poteet, who got in via the last chance qualifier race. He's in the 14th position right now. All 3 of those drivers, the 27, 11, and 78, are running 12th, 13th, and 14th in the overall points right now as far as the chase is concerned. Well, Ian Dutta, we know that some drivers have made pit stops and everything. Where's Ian running? Well, he's worked his way up to the 28th position after starting all the way back in 40th. So he's picked up 12 spots here during the course of this race. And he's about to lose one here to the fresher rubber of Jake Rogers. Meanwhile, though, here's those drivers that were pitting back around lap, I think it was around lap 11. Oh, Joshua Michaels. What happened to him? His hood's missing, and he's back in 42nd on the tail end of the lead lap. Something happened to the 82 car that we didn't even know. Our Truck Series winner, and a driver who was actually up with his teammate Dougie Shears inside the top 10 for a majority of the day. Something apparently happened to him. It's a tough break there. Joshua Michaels, who was looking to maybe go 2 for 3 this race weekend. As Nick Barney, Charles Sanford, Cody Lamas, Chris Washer, Kyle Matthews, these guys have not come to pit road yet. I'm almost questioning if they're going to have to. They may have saved enough under caution to be able to make it the rest of this way. If that's the case, that's going to be a tough blow in points for Henley, Langford, Danny Wells, Noah Hart. Here we go. White flags going to be displayed this time. Do the drivers have to pit this time? Wait a minute. I thought maybe Nick Barney was getting out of the throttle to come to pit road, but nope. White flag displayed. Nick Barney going to try and hang on for one more lap. Does Sanford have anything for him? Nick Barney trying to pick up his first win of the season. Sanford trying to pick up his second. Lamas trying to pick up his first. Washer trying to pick up his third, which would be the most of any driver this season. And Kyle Matthews trying to pick up his second. Nick Barney's just got to hit his marks here on this final lap, and he'll be home free and pick up his first win of his career and the first win of the season for Roush Fenway Racing's Ford team. Through the bus stop. Nice and smooth. Hit his marks perfectly. Sanford appeared to close up the gap a little bit, as he is the only one that's basically within striking distance here to try and take this win away from Nick Barney. Here we go into the final few corners. Both of them are going to coast to the line if they have to here. They will probably not come to pit road. Here we go. Sanford, where will he make his move? Can he make the move? No, still a car length advantage. Nick Barney's going to hang on. He'll dominate here today and pick up his first career win in the Cheez-It 355 at the Glen. And what we thought was going to happen did not happen. Everybody did not have to pit here under this run. Even though we added 4 more laps onto the event, they still were able to make it the full 17 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Nick Barney got around Cody Lamas on the high side out of turn 1 to start this race, never looked back. He's led, I believe, every single lap today. A dominating performance for Nick Barney, and you think back, Nick Barney was really strong back at Champs-Élysées until a tire problem took him out of the running for that win. Sweet redemption here today at the Glen for that 16 team. So great win there for Nick Barney. Highest finishing chaser of the day, you're looking at him right behind the Nick Barney machine, Charles Sanford. He's had quite a weekend here at the Glen. Had a good run in the Moldman Cup Series event and an equally good run here today in the Snickers Cup Series race. His teammate Charles Sanford, Cody Lamas, will finish right behind him. Second highest finishing chaser will be Chris Washer. Anthony McCurry, third highest finishing chaser in 8th. John Cittadino will finish in 9th. He's the fourth highest finishing chaser, and I believe Bob Jones. Nope, Jacob Lawler is the fifth highest finishing chaser in 11th place. Whoa, Jessica Shelton's going to hit the water barrels there. That was weird. I think Shelton actually got 10th place today. Nice run for Jessica Shelton. Yeah, she's trying to get back to pit road now. There she is. But the track that she ended up picking up her very first career Moldman Cup Series win at. She comes away with a decent top 10 here today. Let's take a look at our official results here. Things did not exactly work out to some of these drivers' expectations as far as these drivers in pit strategy, but you know, that's what Watkins Glen's been doing all week. It's been really shaking things up. As Sanford, as we said, he'll finish in second. Washer in fourth, and I believe with that, Chris Washer will now take over the points lead. Actually, I'm looking right here. Washer only came in 3 points ahead of Sanford. Sanford's only going to be 1 point behind Washer leaving today, I believe. So it'll be Washer then Sanford separated by 1 point next week. At I believe we're going to Indianapolis, if I remember correctly. Then you got Anthony McCurry, John Cittadino, 8th and 9th for those chasers. So 4 chasers finished inside the top 10 today. That's actually a little bit better than what we've had here in the Trucks and Moldman Cup Series events. Jacob Lawler, 11th, 12th place Bob Jones, and Dylan Poteet, 13th. So we had 7 chasers finish inside the top 13. Today, the chasers were able to figure out this track, apparently, and be able to be up there running well. But then, from then on down, it's not exactly quite as good. Joshua Collard finishes in 21st place. Then all the way down here, Ian Dutta, he started 40th. He moved his way up to 29th, but not exactly the best of runs for him. That rear starting position really killed his chances of a good finish today. And pit strategy obviously didn't come into play. And then all these drivers either had trouble today or ended up basically getting screwed over by what they thought was good pit strategy, and it just ended up being that they were the only ones that pitted and nobody else came down. Andrea Erickson, she got spun around, finishes 35th. Sean Henley, 36th after his pit strategy failed. Same thing happened for Harrison Langford in 39th. Danny Wells in 40th, and Noah Hart in 41st position. But amazingly enough, we had, I believe it was 3-4 cautions, and everybody finished this race. Nobody DNF'd. All 42 cars finished today's event. So that's quite a feat as well. I'm telling you, Watkins Glen, very unpredictable road course, and just as predictable today as it's been all weekend long. But hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. Nick Barney becomes yet another first-time winner here in the NCRA as he picks up the win here today in the Cheez-Its 355 at the Glen. Next week, we're going to be packing it all up, and I'm pretty sure we're heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I may be wrong, though. We may be going somewhere that I'm not even thinking of, and I may be completely failing right at the moment. But wherever we go, we hope you'll be coming with us. And we will see you guys next time here, as here comes your official results, overall points, names, rookie points, and chase points heading into next week's event, as you've been watching production of the NCRA Offline Racing at its best.